Although Carlo hails from the Philippines, his pick features Vietnamese cuisine of the traditional kind, served up in a modern setting. A full bar and fresh ingredients make Oakland the destination at Tejo Oakland Restaurant and Bar.
Ooh, yeah. Here at Tejo, we do a lot of street food and also a lot of food that a lot of places wouldn't serve. But I love to eat it, and you can't find it anywhere else, so I put it on the menu. My name is Denise Nguyen. I'm the owner of Tejo Restaurant and Bar in Oakland. The drink here at the restaurant, I wanted something that would go well with my mom's food and represent something from my travel to Vietnam in 2012. So I made this drink up for my wife 3 years ago on her 40th birthday. And voila, this is a chili tea, and it's been a favorite in the last couple of years. So Tejo means West Lake, and it's named after a lake in Hanoi, and is the heart of Vietnam. And we are located in the west of Lake Merritt, just like the heart of Oakland. Here at Tejo is a family business. I have my mom helping me in the kitchen, my brother, my little sister, the cousins, and my wife, Monica. And I really want to show them what Vietnamese food is about. And it's not about a bowl of pho every time you go into a Vietnamese restaurant. I do serve pho, but it's not your, you go in like, do you have pho? I'm like, of course I do, but I have other things too. And it's spicy food, and I just love the texture and the flavor of it all. That taste, it just is all so good. I love it.
All right, Carlo,
Yes.
this place has an extensive menu, doesn't
Yeah,
it? And really
huge.
traditional items. How did you discover it?
One time I was walking along 12th Street, which is one of the borders of Oakland, Chinatown, and I found Tejo. And I walked in and became a favorite. I think like each of the restaurants we picked all have great stories. And I think that Tejo also has a great story. Actually, it used to be a Vietnamese restaurant 7 years ago. The owner, Denise Nguyen, bought it. And so she brought in her mother as the head chef, brought her recipes from northern Vietnam. She shows a lot of pride for a northern Vietnamese cuisine, and I just love just the vibe of the restaurant.
When we walked in and we were handed the menu was really overwhelming. And because a lot of these dishes I've never had, I didn't know what to do. And I thought to
And
myself—
can't pronounce.
I can't pronounce. I don't know. I was lost. And I just thought to myself, I don't know how this is going to go. And immediately, Denise, the owner, runs up to us. And it was like she took us on a cultural and culinary tour of Vietnam. She walked through the menu, and she picked out the favorite dishes, and she weaved in the whole time the stories of her grandmother hand-making dumplings, her father's side, her mother's side. It was like when she walked away, I felt like, I had just received an education.
Our experience was totally opposite. We had certainly a big menu. We didn't know what to order. We had 2 different servers, younger people come up, but no notification of any daily specials, and we asked what they recommended, and they had no recommendations.
I had the same experience when Denise didn't come over.
What happened was we ordered one of everything. No. There were 4 of us, but we ordered almost twice as much food just to try as many things as possible.
And what was a stand-up for you?
Oh, my God. Starting with the appetizer, the green mango salad. The texture was great. The mango melted on your tongue, and the flavor of the mango melted on your tongue. The vinegar-based, spicy, fruity sauce was drinkable. I mean, I was ready to pour it in a glass and drink it.
One of the things that Denise prides herself on, she tries to source everything locally, which is really strange for a Asian restaurant. She goes to farmers markets 2 days a week, and she supports local farmers. So that freshness that you taste, that's from Northern California. My favorite dish is called a banh cuon. It's a Northern Vietnamese specialty. This dish is actually an homage to the crepe. So they have this rice wrapper that's made of fermented rice batter. They put a cheesecloth over a steaming pot, pour the fermented rice batter, and it coagulates. So that becomes a wrapper. So that's for each one, they have to do that. So very labor intensive. They put minced pork, earwood mushrooms, some scallions, and they wrap it really tight. And then you just dip it into the sauce. It's called nuoc chum. You dip it in there, and then you bite into it. It's just umami bomb in your mouth.
Umami bomb.
I had two dishes that I absolutely loved. One of them was the Hoi dumplings. I will think about those for the rest of my life, and I will keep going back there for those dumplings. They're made of a tapioca flour, and so they're very chewy. I thought that was going to be off-putting, but when the dumplings arrived, they were so colorful and so beautiful. The pork inside was just perfect, juicy. There were hot red and green jalapenos swimming in the fish sauce. So when you take all these different flavors together, it was incredible.
Another umami bomb.
Umami bomb.
For us, the incredible dish was a coconut catfish. Yeah. It comes out in a coconut that's been shelled. Right. Beautiful presentation. And the catfish had big chunks. When you ate it, the catfish literally melted on your tongue. Just disappeared like chocolate would disappear on your tongue. The flavors, everything was triggering well.
I agree that I had that as well, and I thought that the catfish was cooked perfectly. I wasn't as in love with that dish simply because it was a little sweet.
Before I forget, I just have to mention one more dish. Okay. I have to get this out. We got the fish lettuce wraps.
Okay.
And the presentation was just incredible. A big platter of big fried fish balls, and they tasted great. On literally a boat-shaped platter, they had folded lettuce wraps. They were huge. Then they had other vegetables. They had a sauce, a pineapple anchovy sauce. The only problem we had was when you put the fish in the wrap and put everything on, you took one bite and it splattered all over.
That's why you need a good beer afterwards.
One thing we haven't said about this restaurant is when you walk in, you might expect a traditional Vietnamese look and feel, but it's actually a hipster joint. I mean, there is a bicycle that's hoisted up on a beam.
All right, this is your spot. Give us a quick summary.
All right, I'm going to put it out there, but I think the best Vietnamese food in the Bay Area.
Bam.
Bam.
All right, Pete.
This was absolutely the best Vietnamese food we've ever had, Bay Area or anywhere. I would recommend that you ask for the owner, Denise. We didn't have the experience that you guys had, but with a tour guide, it would make it so much more better.
All right, and Kristen.
Tay Ho is a cultural journey through Vietnam. Just make sure you get the owner, Denise, as your tour guide.
All right, if you would like to try Tay Ho Oakland Restaurant and Bar, it's located on 12th and Webster in Oakland. The telephone number is 510-836-6388. It's open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Saturday, lunch on Sunday. Reservations are not accepted, and the average dinner tab per person without drinks is around $20.
Check Please Bay Area is made possible by the members of KQED and by IRG has in-trend surfaces, quieter marbles, and rare exotics. Over 10,000 slabs in stock today. IRG in Brisbane and Dublin and at marblecompany.com.
Mattress systems from European Sleepworks, working to improve comfort and wellness for over 40 years. At Adeline and Ashby in Berkeley. Online at sleepworks.com.
Oakland International Airport. Now with flights all over the world. iFlyOAK.com.
Sutter Health CPMC, 7,000 employees, nurses, and physicians caring for their communities every day. Your city, your hospital. CPMC2020.org. La Tour Angèle Artisan Oils, French-inspired and handcrafted in Northern California. La Tour Angèle creates natural, healthy cooking oils that add new flavor to everyday dishes.
Support for KQED comes from Total Wine & More, offering more than 8,000 wines, 2,500 beers, and 3,000 spirits. Total Wine & More, now with 6 Bay Area locations.